Okay, welcome back to the Stupid Astute build, as it's been affectionately referred to around here. Oh yeah, you can feel that diff action. It actually does work as a differential. Very nice. So, step 23, we are attaching the spur cover, which is the clear polycarbonate, and what I'm calling the TTRC system. The TTC system, the Tamiya traction control system. Flash way of saying it's a slipper clutch. So first off, we need to put this alloy spacer down the bottom here, and this cover actually fits very nicely over that aluminium plate. And then all we need is three 3x6 machine screws. A little precarious. I'm trying to hold everything still so that you can get these screws in, but I think I've got them. I've got them too. Third one. Glad I made the decision to keep this clear. So does anybody see the mistake I just made? I think I made the same mistake on one of the SRBs. Pretty big mistake, actually. Would have been detrimental if I didn't realise and fix it.
Didn't put more grease on the gears?
I didn't put grease on the spur. So let's grease up the spur gear, shall we? Yeah, good idea for anybody who wants their cars to last more than 2 runs. Alright, that was a rookie mistake, although I've done it a few times. But as long as you catch your mistakes and you go back and fix them, you'll be just fine. So I'm going to put this cover back on and we'll bring you back. Okay, so we fixed our little mistake. We're all greased up now, so we can put this piece in, which is symmetrical. Doesn't really matter which way it goes, I don't think. I've got to keep putting a weight on that book so it doesn't fly away. Like I said, we turn the fans off, we will die. So this piece just gets held in by an R-clip, if you can eventually find where it goes. And that is for this piece later on, which is basically your battery strap, I believe. Yes, we don't actually use this gear. I remember I'm talking about that. That's the original spur gear from the original Super Astute, I think. Where was I? This bit. So this is a little inspection cover that is supposed to just clip in exactly like that. And I imagine that's going to be lost pretty quickly. We'll see how we go. So that's just so that you can pull that cover off and adjust your what do you call it? Your TTC system, your TTRC system. Slipper clutch. Jesus. All right, let's get this servo together. I'll put this away for now. One of the really handy things about having the cars on the shelves directly behind us is when we're not using the main build itself, we can just piss it off over that side and get it out the way, and it doesn't have to sit on the bench. So, have a drink. Right. Thank you. Servo part, so your basic generic Tamiya servo saver set. So, that's what we didn't do. Let's set our servo to, there's a lot of S's in today's videos, which I'm struggling with. Alright, so it's neutral. We got a manual. It is pretty quick. Automatic. Back to neutral. Turn off. Servo is set in neutral. So I'm going to leave this tied up for the moment until we actually get it in there, get all the other electronics in there, and we can see where we want everything to go. So this drive piece sits with the spigot sitting down. We have ball connector that needs to get screwed through the servo arm itself. Doesn't actually screw through there. And then we got the world's tiniest nylock nut, an M2 nylock nut. I wonder if you get smaller. That'd be interesting, actually. That's not a hex drive. Then I need my box wrench. Oh yeah, that's right. So the M2 nylock nuts don't actually correspond with any of the drives on the box wrench. So I forgot all about that. So you just have to, unless you have a tiny little socket set, you can just grab it with your pliers and do it like that. So back to our servo, we've got our spring, or servo saver. It's just essentially a spring in it. That part probably should have upgraded this to a high torque servo saver. Yeah, we might do that later. I'm just going to put some thread lock into this out drive. We've had servo arms come off before, or come loose at least. Oh. M3x10 machine screw, and don't worry that that's off center, even though it's telling you it needs to be directly center. We can adjust that in the trim from the radio later on, so which everybody knows all about that. So next, please, we have some servo mounts. Alloy ones would have been nice. They do the same job, don't they? And again, M3 bloody washers. Why don't you just give us a flanged screw? So much better. So after all this is in, we'll check the time on the phone, but we can start on bag D, which is the shocks, and that might be the next video. I'm guessing it's probably going to be the next video. So let's get this bloody servo together, because again it's getting warmish up here. I mean, it's nowhere near hot. It's very bearable. It's just a little uncomfortable. It's a bit like when some of you guys, like for instance, some of you guys say over in Canada, they're saying, oh, it's a little bit nippy today. It's 2 degrees Celsius or 5 degrees Celsius or something like that. That is freezing for us. Anything under 10 degrees here is absolutely ridiculously freezing. We cannot move physically. Cannot move. Everything just jams up. But for you guys, you'll chuck a pair of shorts on and go for a brisk walk. It's a bit the same with the heat around here, actually. We're probably sitting at around 30 to 32 outside, with the sun directly on these windows. And it's, just bearable. A couple of fans running, it's really not that bad. So I can't even put that on yet, so I need 2 3x10 countersunk screws, and I'll show you what I was banging on about a few episodes ago about these screw holes in the bottom. I'll get this locator mount in first. The one's in, now we put this other one in, and because they don't chamfer the slotted hole, I just really don't like the way that countersunk screw is just barely holding against that area there, and it actually does stick out a little bit. I just really don't like it, but I don't know what they're going to do to get around it. That's how it is. So radio gear, so we have our receiver, and hopefully this one works this time. We've still got to replace the one in the hot shot too, which I went to do the other week. Pulled it all apart. We didn't need that. Pulled it all apart and did a bench test. Worked perfectly. We haven't tried it back out the track yet, but yeah, we don't know how it's going to go. And once again, look at the length of that switch wire. on the 1060. So, do we actually have a switch position? Yes, we do, but it's telling you to just double-sided tape because they're using a brushless system in this car. No, so we're just going to mount it on the side of the ESC here. For the time being. Now, what are these holes here for? They just get covered up. So apparently nothing. So they're saying receiver this side, ESC this side, battery up the guts. I had a battery yesterday. So while I'm doing this, I'm just going to set a battery in here so that we can, yeah, I'm going to have to extend that. Just so that we can see where we want to put everything. Now, where do we want to put everything? Damn fine question. Glad you asked. You can see the wires are cut off. Oh. It doesn't seem to want to fit with all that double-sided tape in there. Or the bulkhead itself. Uh-oh. Houston? Yes, okay, so this doesn't want to fit with that double-sided tape. It should fit without it. It's a bit of a pity, isn't it? Yeah, just squeezes in there. That's a tight fit, but well, it's not going anywhere, is it? All right, so where are we going to go with these wires? We could put everything all down one side, which will make it a bit weighty, off balance a bit. Which side you're going to get your torque twist out of? Oh, we can put this on, I guess. Lovely. So see if we go. Where's it telling you to put the aerial, mate?
Just the mount for now.
There. Hey, let's have a look at this. And yes, they've cut the hole out for the aerial. Okay, so looks like we're running the aerial. So what I'm umming and ahhing about is I don't like running wires over batteries if I can help it. And this signal wire isn't going to be long enough to go around to that receiver. If we can bring it up over there somehow. I'm going to have to get the body cut out and see where it's going to want to sit. There's going to be a lot of cutting in that movement. There's the body sits flush on these body mounts here, which gives us the depth of that hex. And then we've got to think about motor wires. We're going to have to bring this right back here. Our motor wires to fit the breech, unless I go around that way, in which case you can't get to the switch. So go that way, they're going to fit. Receiver can go here, that'll reach there. Do we go that way? I think we're going to go that way. Alright, so have we got an alcohol wipe? Alright, so we just got to clean all the grime and grease and crap off these parts so that the 3M tape actually sticks. Back there. Down there. So this 3M tape's pretty good, so I don't like using the whole square on one of these ESCs because they do stick down really well. And if you ever want to get them off, it's really hard. I always struggle with them too, so you can have a go at that. I'll put the other ones on. Now I'm going to use the whole of this little one for the receiver. The backing tape's really, well, for me anyway, really hard to get off. Oh, I think I got it. There we go. So with these receivers, your bind button is where your aerial comes out, so we need to leave that exposed, and it's no big surprise. So we can get to it. We can out that there like that. So now what the hell do we do? So I'm not going to do any cable management until we've got the under tray on and the body painted up and everything ready to go on. Just so that I know where parts of the body are going to be, and we can decide what to do from there. And if we can feed wires, where we can feed wires through. And like I said, I don't like running over. So we have this piece that goes over here, right? I guess one option, and then it's just barely long enough. So if we can zip tie that onto there, then when we take the battery out, you're going to have to unplug that every time, aren't you? That's not very good. So yeah, I think the ESC wire is going to have to go over the back here somewhere. So we'll just have to see how that's going to look when the body goes on. So let's get a transmitter and let's fire it up and see what we've got going here. Okay, so that was about 0 seconds for you guys, but probably about an hour for us. We're looking for this adapter. I'm eventually going to solder on a Dean's plug for this ESC. Now this servo, super quick. Oh, compared to what we're used to anyway. That's going to be pretty cool. And we have power. So everything's working. Like I said, I'm going to wait till the body's on to do cable management. Since we spent so much time mucking around looking for this bloody battery adapter, we actually left the camera rolling for half of it, and then I paused it, and then now I have no idea how long the video is going to be, so I'm just going to cut it here. All right, so the next video we're going to go straight into building the shocks, and actually the shocks themselves are like 3 pages on their own, aren't they? So once the shocks are done, we can chuck some wheels on it, and that is the chassis complete, and then we can start on the body, which once you see the video after this, it'll obviously be the video after that for you guys. But this being Sunday, and we're at 11:15 in the morning, and it's actually really muggy outside, so I don't know if we're going to get to painting the body today or not. So, enough humbling. That's your basic stupid Astute chassis. This fan's really starting to piss me off. We've still got to tidy up these motor wires. Again, I'm not going to do that until the body goes on, so I know exactly where everything's going to go. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I hope you're liking it so far. We are loving it. This is such a nice build. Have a great day. Bye.